Congrats to the Hoosiers. We're incredibly pumped to be in Indiana. At the time, the Indiana Hoosiers football team is having a movie-like, once-in-a-lifetime, historic generational type rebuild and run. On that note, the quarterback felt perfect for the head coach. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Dan, he did, and we have now seen Fernando 3 straight games with our own eyes, and we've watched every single throw, not only on the field, but also on the sideline when he is warming up, and the ball is never not a perfect spiral. And we've seen him make every throw. We've seen outs from the far hash. We've seen deep balls to Charlie Becker, in routes, quick routes, whatever. Now, there's a lot of people. We think Mendoza's a guy. Like, that is what this show thinks. But there's a lot of people out there who say he shouldn't be the number 1 overall pick, or he'd be the worst number 1 overall pick for a quarterback in a while. A lot of people, just because they run so much RPO, are downgrading him for that, even though he does not call the plays. So I don't know if you hold that against him as well. But what are your thoughts as a pro for Mendoza?
Yeah, I thought it was the most impressive game of his college career for me when it comes to how he handled struggle. It wasn't flawless. It wasn't as easy or as dominant as it's been. This game was a little bit more representative of what life is like for quarterbacks in the NFL. It's not just the easy process of you're up 21-0 and you can kind of coast. There was pressure. There was huge pivotal moments. There was having to make tough decisions or tough throws with the football. It was getting beat up physically. And then obviously moments of having to be clutch and being at his absolute best when it was needed the most. And I think that would be the biggest takeaway. You know, I saw a video on the internet pregame. I believe it was Mark Davis and Brady down there on the field.
Spytek as
and
well.
I would just have to imagine. Go ahead.
Spytek was there as well. I think it was Brady, Mark, Spytek. I think it was the entire
I would have to imagine just knowing a little bit about Tom. Like, I would imagine Tom was just watching all of the stuff most intently outside of the actual play, of how he dealt with the good stuff, how he dealt with the bad stuff, what was his interaction with teammates, how he handled third downs, what was he like in the huddle, what was he like on the sideline, what was he like coming out of the huddle on that 4th and 5 when he back shoulders Becker. Just watching the body language and the mannerism, I think you had to fall in love with. And listen, there's something to be said for competitive fire. Obviously, the young man's talented. He's athletic. He's big. He's tall. He can spin it. But there is something about this unique, rare, competitive fire that he has that allows him to be his best when it's needed the most. So I haven't studied these guys intently like I will as we lead up into the draft. But I think last night has to make you, if you were a little bit of a doubter, it has to make you look at him differently just because the way the game went.
Dan, I think when you watch the film, it's only going to, this dude's 6'5", 230 too. So that's a whole other element. And he can run. And you talk about his competitive fire, dude's a nerd. Like, this dude is a nerd, too. And he's out.
He's a psychopath, it seems like.
Yeah, and he's out at 11 with the boys, too, you know, having beers. Yeah. It's like the guy is seemingly, he's a football nerd, which is what we want. He loves the sport, loves showcasing that he loves the sport. He in the Big Ten game, first play of the game from Caden Curry, he gets upended, launch into here, has the moment where all the air leaves his body. Thought maybe he had a fractured ribs. He leaves for the game. People think it's over for him potentially. Like, this guy's done for the game. Then he puts the helmet back on, comes jogging out, and then he tells us, no lie, he cracked me pretty good. No pause. I mean, that guy got me pretty good, but that's football. I like getting back up there. He takes pride in all the things that you would want your starting quarterback to take pride in. Hey, I have a relationship with my entire team. Hey, I want to be tough. Hey, I want to know everything the defense is doing. And his arm talent is elite. It's like, I think he's generational, personally. From watching him, I think he's a generational quarterback. And Tom Brady, what did Tom Brady say whenever he sprinted down to the end zone before the games? What did he scream?
He said, "Let's fudging go."
Okay, what did old buddy say last night on the microphone, Fernando?
He actually did drop a hard, "Let's fucking go, boys."
Yeah, and who was that? LFG is what, Tom's thing, right?
Yeah, it's like his,
so, I mean, you're talking about, Tom probably sees a lot of himself, I assume, in Mendoza whenever he watches him. Guy committed to ball, addicted to ball. Yeah. But then also the other qualities that Tom doesn't have, it's like, this guy's a super nerd. Like he is that is who he is as a person. It's like he's a weapon. I'm very, very, and obviously the toughness is always on display. It's like I think he's generational, Dan. I legitimately do.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And I think like when you watch, the more you study the tape, but the thing that really stood out in the playoff run, it's kind of my favorite quality that a quarterback can have, or one of them, is how fast their eyes are. I thought his eyes were just crazy fast last night without, getting out of control. We have some quarterbacks that, they kind of see so many different things. They're all over the place, but his eyes are quick, repetition, understanding, processing. So that's going to be a huge thing. I'll touch on Tone's question about the RPOs. Quarterbacks just run RPOs nowadays. I mean, Cam Ward ran a ton at Miami. He was the #1 pick. Jackson Dart ran a ton at Ole Miss. I think it's still, you're still reading defenders. Now, if he didn't have these back shoulder down the field throws that require great timing, great trajectory and type of throw, and then placement, and then obviously just that run is competitiveness. So I'm a fan. I'd also say this: you kind of have to have a couple screws loose to be the #1 pick and start to flip a bad franchise. You can't be like everybody else. The guy that was, the closest to doing it in a short period of time is a guy that we just know has a couple screws loose in Baker. I mean, he's wired differently. I think this guy's got relatively unique wiring. And if you're going to go to the Raiders and get the Raiders good in a decent amount of time, you got to have just a couple screws, or you got to be a little bit off, because there's got to be a little bit of psychopath in you.
The boys would immediately say Joe Burrow as well would be a great reference point.
Totally.
Because also personalities.
Yes. Yeah.
It is like I really like Fernando. I really like, and then his story with his mom with MS, it's like
awesome.
Everything about him is like, this guy, should he be president too? I don't fully comprehend. Loves ball. Teammates love him, which is sweet. Good luck to all of them.